What is going on, guys? It's Matt here, and in today's video we are finally going over the Neo Castle event. I know it's taking me a little bit to do this. I apologize. My sleep schedule right now is not too favorable, plus we just had the Lost Ark Alpha and I wasn't able to stream that at all. So we're just gonna get into it, and hope you guys enjoyed the video. So in order to access this event, you have to be over level 101 or higher. That made no sense. You have to be level 101 or higher, or complete chapter 2 on 0. Pretty standard stuff. You head over to the star tab over here and click on the Neo Castle, Mysterious Castle over the sea in order to access the event map. I mean, it's right here too, but you gotta do the quest first. Alright. If it's your first time, you're gonna get like that super nice and long cutscene that we all know and love. But anyways, in this event, there are, as you can see here, 3 different sources of coin capping. There are Neo Stones, Neo Gems, and Neo Cores. First up, we got Neo Stones. There are 2 different ways of acquiring Neo Stones. The first way would be walking over to Renee and accepting the Renee's Magic Orb quest. This quest will allow you to kill mobs around your level, either below 20 or above 20, in order to obtain Neo Stones. You do need a pet for this event because there will be an explosion periodically that will drop additional Neo Stones that you can loot. You can obtain 300 of these per day. The second way to get Neo Stones is by talking to Leo and accepting his travel journal. These are weekly missions and can be completed once a week. The stones that you get from these missions do not count towards your daily 300. Also, make sure you are on the right character when you accept the reward, because you can only accept them once. This does reset every Wednesday in-game. So you have defeat 10,000 monsters near your level, defeat 20 elite monsters or champions, use 7 runes, and then clear Polo and Frito 5 times. Alright, so for Neo Gems, you will need to talk to either Maru or Pia over here on the left side and participate in mini-games to acquire them. You can obtain 100 Neo Gems per day, and if you do not wish to play mini-games, you can choose to purchase Neo Gems from Karen at a 5 Neo Stones to 1 Neo Gem ratio. I do not recommend doing this because it does count toward your daily cap, but if you can't stand minigames like me, maybe you want to cap on a mule and convert the stones. Last but not least, we have Neo Cores. Neo Cores can be obtained by defeating weekly bosses. You can only obtain the reward once a week per boss cleared. If you clear the same weekly boss on a different character, that will not count as more Neo Cores. In order to receive Neo Cores for a boss, you need to loot the power crystal that it drops for it to count. You also must be alive when the boss is dead for it to count. If you want, you can clear the bosses in parties. You don't have to do it solo. Once you do clear the boss, you can head over to the collector, which I am in front of right now, and choose the option, I want a Neo Core. And then depending on, I already got my 400 for the week, but depending on the boss that you clear, you will get a certain amount of Neo Cores. There is a cap of 400 Neo Cores that you can obtain per week, and this does reset every Thursday in game with weekly boss reset. The amount of Neo Cores you get will depend on the boss you defeated, so I will pop up a chart on the screen right now to show you how many cores you get for what boss. Once you collect your Neo Cores, you can talk to the collector once again, and this time choose the option, I want Neo Force. Depending on how many cores you've acquired will determine the level of your Neo Force and will grant you all sorts of different buffs. I will pop up a chart on the screen right now for the different buffs that you're going to get depending on your level. There are 8 levels in total, and you need 100 cores in order to reach level 1, 200 for level 2, 400 for level 3, 800 for level 4, 1200 for level 5, 1800 for level 6, 2400 for level 7, and 3,000 cores for level 8. For the Neo Crystal challenge, you can talk to Cartalion over here, and you can accept and attempt this challenge once you finish capping your 300 Neo Stones for the day. It is your typical Punch King event, and all you gotta do is try to do as much damage as you can, and you're rewarded crystal points at the end of it. You can attempt this as many times as you want per day if you want to get a higher score, and you can earn up to 1,500 points per day, and it is very hard to do so. These points are shared between all your characters, and you can use them to purchase a variety of different growth potions if you talk to the NPC and choose the final option. You can buy a variety of different growth potions with these points, and they have no purchase limit. So my recommendation is just to save as many points as possible, or you can just use them as you want. This event is really good for getting, and if you're really lazy from leveling, let's say your Mercedes or your Phantom to 210, and they're already 200 from burning, you know, you can just buy the first one. But they do have a potion from 200 to 209 that guarantees a level, and then to 219 to 229 to 239, and then to 249. So this one right here is basically just a 250 potion, right? If you don't want to grind that last level, but you can use them above the designated level to receive, you know, still receive EXP. So yeah, it's a really nice event. Use it as you'd like. Really isn't any right or wrong answer with how you use your crystal points for these different growth potions that are available. And last but not least, we're going to be going over the various different coin shops in this event. First, we're going to go over the stone shops, and there are 3 different stages for these. Stage 1 has no requirement. Stage 2 has a requirement of 5,000 stones accumulated on one character in your server, and as you can see, can only be accessed after June 30th. And stage 3, you need a total of 15,000 stones on one character accumulated, and it is available after July 21st. The weekly stuff that is in some of these shops does reset every Wednesday in game, and I will be going over the reg server shops only. So whatever you see, if you play on Reboot, the shops will be slightly different, and you will not have some of these items. Just keep in mind that I would advise to coin cap at least on 1 or 2 other characters during this event, depending on how hard you want to go. It all really depends on how hard you want to go. It's not necessary, but if you want to fully take advantage of this event, there are some items that we will go over soon that you might want to that you're able to purchase on a separate character and not your main, so you don't waste your main's coins. But going over the first stone shop here, 100% hammers are wonderful. Potential stamps also, you know, epic potential scrolls, 100%. Really good for, you know, early and mid-game progression. I'd stay away from these pet scrolls because I believe there are better ones. Flaming, you know, these are, remember, karma items are only able to be used on untradable gear. So keep that in mind before you buy things. You know, same things for the cubes. Bonus old call cubes, always really nice. Again, if something does say transferable within world, you might want to buy that on a separate character and not on your main. The unique potential scroll is pretty huge, so I definitely recommend buying that. 17-star scroll, free 17-star scroll. A lot of people don't have like Meso to, you know, just be spending on Star Force. Also transferable within your world, so you might want to pick up a, pick it up on a different character. And then the 1 of 3 event ring selector. This gives either the Tenebrous ring, the Glory ring, or the Awake ring, which are the best event rings you can ever acquire from an event. They each give 25 attack, 40 all stats, and I believe 4,000 HP and MP, which make them like insane Connor rings. But getting all 3 of these, and you can purchase 5, you know, within your server. They aren't transferable within account, so you do have to purchase it on the character that you want the ring on. But these are great rings for meso and drop, or just temporary damage rings. Yeah, really good rings that I highly recommend picking up. Unfortunately, that's gonna cost you a lot of stones, but you know, if you got nothing else you want to use them on, then highly recommend to pick these up. For the second stone shop, you can get 30 minutes of 2x every day, which is really nice. A 1-day hyper rock and reg server is really nice to be you know, teleporting around, even on mules, wherever you need to go if you're grinding. Trait boost potion, pretty nice to get level 30 charm instantly. Character slot expansion coupons, also very nice to have if you are lacking character slots, especially in reg server, unlike reboot where you can buy these for meso. Mastery books, you know, pretty standard. They nerfed the hell out of monster life gems, unfortunately. Not only can you only buy 3, you can buy them, it's not per character anymore, it's you know, per server, per world. So they completely destroyed monster life gems, unfortunately. Moving forward in these coin shops, it is what it is, but you know, yeah. Node stones, highly recommend picking these stuff up like ASAP, right away. Node stones are your, you know, your best friend for increasing damage early on. Once you get to 5th job, you know, you're not going to have a reliable way of acquiring node stones, because you probably aren't going to have a lot of drop rate on you, or you're not also farming with like a totem, for example. So buying node stones from event shops should be like your #1 priority, not symbols, because you have dailies for those, you know, and you level it up that way. So unless you want to like push for a certain amount, you know, of arcane force ASAP, highly recommend to be buying out node stones first. And as you can see, you go down here, you have these extreme growth potions that do not work on burning characters, so keep that in mind. But they will give you a random amount of levels between 1 to 10. Again, arcane symbol box, highly, you know, once you get the shop, you know, highly recommend just, you know, spending it on, oh, sorry, not symbols, but node stones. Oh man. Yeah, buy the node stone boxes, you know. That's what I would recommend. This looks tempting, you know, legendary circulator, but trust me, get the node stones. All right, next up we got the Meso Shop, and again, similarly, you have the first, second, and there's no third, but it works the almost the same way as the other shops. So you know, 5,000 stones available after June 30th, and then the second one is 15,000 stones available after July 21st. Actually, is it the same? Well, the first shop is instantly guaranteed, so yeah, it would be the same thing as like the second and third shop, I suppose. Again, some of these prices might be different on reboot. For example, like the Karma Eternals are like, God knows why so expensive on reboot, but like it is what it is. 50 mil here on reg server, 15 mil for red flames. You scroll down. Would I really recommend to be buying stuff like this? I mean, these are Karma, so it's only available on untradeable gear. So I mean, like maybe, but I mean, if you really like some of this stuff, like the NX, then sure. But 17 star scroll for 1.5 bill. Depending on the item, I mean, it's only able to be used on level 160 or lower gear, so you cannot use this on arcane. It might be worth it, but it depends on your RNG, right? You got iCogs in reg server, awesome. You know, you get 50 of these. These premium scrolls are super nice. I highly recommend to buy the pet scrolls. Because other than X scrolling, these are the best pet scrolls to buy. So yeah, You can perfect one pet, right? Because it goes up to like 10 slots, but you can perfect up to one pet equip with this event. So highly recommend. I mean, you know, you could buy the accessory scrolls as well if you really want to, if you're like making training gear, for example. But definitely prioritize the pet equip first, the premium pet equip scrolls. Fairy Heart for 2 bill, very nice for reboot. On reg server, I'm pretty sure you can get this for less than 2 bill. But on reboot, you can only get one of them in your server, so make sure you buy it on the character that you need it the most on. But highly recommend to pick this up for your main or second main or farmer, whatever you need it most on. But 2 bill definitely worth it on reboot. On reg server, probably not. And the rest of this stuff, I mean, it really depends. Like if you really want some of this stuff, like this, spirited Ninetail coupon, I don't know. It's a cape. But if you really want some of this stuff, then go for it, knock yourself out. But I wouldn't really recommend it personally. All right, next up we have the Neo Core Shop, which I totally did not see when this event initially came out, and I was looking at the different shops. I totally skipped this one, but apparently it has a shop. And in Reboot, you can actually buy droplets in the Core Shop and the Meso Shop. So you can get a total of 100 of each droplet during this Neo Castle event. So I highly recommend for Reboot players to be purchasing those droplets. On reg server, however, you get these Beepot cubes. You get only 5 of them, but hey, I mean, that's 5 less cubes you gotta buy for an X, I guess. You get an additional 30 ICOGs, Karma ICOGs, which is really nice. You get these Karma Flames as well, Red Eternal and Black Flames here. More Beepot cubes. I think 10 actually, 10 more Beepot cubes. So yeah, I think Beepot cubes is probably like the thing you might want to focus on with this Core Shop, and at least in reg server. Definitely those droplets, in Reboot. And yeah, you have more premium scrolls, pet scrolls and accessory scrolls. It's less than the ones that are available for Meso, I believe. Let me just go double check that real quick. Yeah, 5 of each and then 10 of each. So I think they give you slightly less for the pet, 8 and then 5. So it's just the same, but then you get 2 less. What? Okay, I don't understand. I don't get it, but yeah, again, highly recommend to pick up the premium pet scrolls, and then accessory if you really want to make some training gear. It's not a bad idea, honestly. It's not a bad idea, but keep in mind that these are karma scrolls, so fully tradable training gear, it's not going to work on that. So I mean, if you want to make a particular piece for a character, then yeah, otherwise it's not really gonna work too much on on fully tradable stuff. All right, finally we have the Neo Gem Shop, which is for cosmetics. We have the Aurora damage skin, a unit damage skin, the Aurora damage skin. It doesn't really look that good. I did test this out in the test server I got to be a part of, and I'm not really a big fan of this. This Neo Castle set actually looks pretty decent, so you might want to pick up this, but I would not recommend getting the damage skin. You have some more androids here that do come with Lydium hearts, which is nice if you're not going to buy the fairy heart on whatever character. You got some chairs, some mounts. The random damage skin box does give keyboard warrior, so if you are a big fan of keyboard warrior and you haven't had an opportunity to try to get that damage skin for your collection, well, it's available here. The Night Sky damage skin is also pretty nice. These aren't unit damage skins, but I mean, it's up to you. And then you have the job damage skin selector box. Not a big fan of that. 40 slot chair bag, pretty nice. You can use 2 of these. Remember, you can use 2 chair bags. So 40 slots. Highly recommend to pick this up if you really need the space. And for whatever reason, I thought these were filler items, but level 47 warrior hats, apparently it's for anvil purposes. Like these are like really, or these were really wanted on K. I don't know, dude. I really don't know. It's weird. Also selling them for 500 gems. I mean, that's 5 days of capping. If you really want this for a flex, I mean, is it a flex? It's an anvil, so yeah, you can pick that up. Hopefully I went over everything in this event. Please do let me know if I missed anything in the comments down below, and I'll be sure to like it, you know, to love it, so other people can see it as well. Hope you guys did enjoy this video, and hopefully it was informative to some of you. Again, I apologize for not getting this video out sooner, but nonetheless, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment down below. Special thanks to Rooney, Brandon Lee, Desi Games, Eric Garritti, Not Chaos, Balloon, Prime Gaming, Jeremy Crow, Chauffeurs, Justisu, Cultured Anime, Thick Thighs, Restored, KFC Nightmares, Quiet, BTH, I Love Apple, and everyone giving me money for pizza, for being members and supporting the channel. If you would like to get a shout out, click the join button down below, or check out the link in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you all in the next video.